Hey, what's up? Focaccia, the most famous, everyone's favorite bread. Today I'm going to share with you a super easy, anyone can make recipe, topped with beautiful potatoes, sharp gorgonzola, sweet caramelized onion, and fresh rosemary. It's the ultimate flavor combination. Let's get it started, shall we? In a medium-sized bowl, add 6 grams salt, followed by 240 gram water, mixy, tablespoon of olive oil. Yes, if you accept the consequences, as this is Italian classic. 300 grams bread flour and 1 gram of yeast. Time to mix all the ingredients with your hands, a spatula, wooden spoon, or even a mixer. Once you add a shaggy dough like this, don't panic, clean up your hand with the help of a scraper and the bowl as well, something like this. Now cover it up, let it rest for 30 minutes. Too much work? I don't think so, right? You can also make focaccia with all-purpose flour or even double zero flour. Back to the dough. 30 minutes later, wet up your hands and let me show you this. This is the magic of time, my friend. We have a little bit of gluten development. Now go ahead, lift the dough up, stretch a little bit and fold it on itself. And this is called stretch and fold. And let me show you a simple technique. Wet up your hand, grab the dough, stretch a little bit, lift it up and put it back to the bowl. Repeat this a couple of times until the dough feels a bit smoother. And then with a quick round motion, push the dough under itself with the help of the bowl and round it up. You can skip this step, it's totally optional. Did you see how beautifully it comes together? That's because I'm using strong flour. Of course, if you use low protein flour, you need to reduce the hydration a bit. I just wanted to show you how magically it comes together. Make sure to wet up your hand as much as you need. Grab the dough, lift it up, and fold it on itself a couple of times. That's it. Let the dough rest this time for 40 minutes. And now time to give this bad boy a set of coil fold. Another 40 minutes rest and another set of coil fold. You're not going to see any big sign of fermentation going on here, right? Because we only use 1 gram of yeast. Once I finish folding the dough, I'm going to transfer it into the plastic container. Sorry if I'm using plastic. This is the only container I have. Because I'm going to transfer this bad boy into the fridge for a beautiful slow fermentation overnight. This recipe can easily fit your weekend schedule. You can make this on weekend after office and the next day, on Sunday or Saturday, you have focaccia ready to bake. While the dough resting, let's take a break for a while, shall we? Of course, the best option would be a normal baking pan or cast iron pan. But a glass pan is something that you can find in everyone's house, right? So today I'm gonna bake in this. A Pyrex or glass pan not gonna get that much heat, especially on the bottom. So we need to make sure the bottom is cooked as well. And to prevent sticking, you need baking paper. Use little bit of olive oil, rub around the pan, and the baking paper beautifully stay there. Oil up the counter as well, and bring the dough on the counter. 24 hours cold fermentation would be the best for this dough. But I let it ferment for shorter time. That's why it's not that active. So I'm going to shape it to create a little more tension, fold all the side to the center, make it a beautiful round dough. Try to seal the edges and transfer it into the pan. Now cover it up, let it proof. Now I'm gonna let it rise for 3 to 4 hours. Remember, we just use a tiny amount of yeast. Very slow fermentation. That's what brings lots of flavor to this dough. You can use little more yeast if you want faster fermentation, of course. Mise en place. I'm gonna use onion and potato. Feel free to use mandolin if you have it. Try to slice onion as thin as possible. Something like this. I think you know what's going on here. We're gonna make caramelized onion. Same thing for potato, peels off, slice it up as thin as possible. Take your time and enjoy the moment. No rush. Pan on medium heat, olive oil and onion. Don't leave it there. Watch your onions as we want caramelized onion. We don't want burned onion, right? Yep, I know, you impressed. I was a cook once upon a time. Caramelized onion, done. Now for the potato. I'm gonna pick up fresh rosemary from my garden. What a joy! Beautiful. If you don't have fresh herbs, you can use dry Italian seasoning or whatever you like. Oregano works beautifully, but don't forget to season it up with salt and pepper and use a little bit of olive oil. Lastly, prepare some sharp gorgonzola or any kind of blue cheese you have in your hand. Just trust me with the combination. Once you feel the dough is almost ready, not completely, as it's a bit softer, you see some bubbles forming on the surface. Time to preheat the oven. Set the temperature on 230 degrees Celsius with an upside down tray on lower rack. You can also use baking steel or stone if you have. Almost forgot to mention this is my room temperature. But how to know it's ready to bake? Let me show you. At 26 degrees Celsius, it takes around 3 to 3.5 an hour to fully proof. The dough should be jiggly and airy. You see lots of bubbles forming on the surface. It's really soft to touch. Temperature also should be around 25 degrees Celsius or nothing less than 23 degrees Celsius. Now, my favorite part, my friend. Let's add the topping. Cover up the dough with extra virgin olive oil. Little bit of fresh rosemary. If you don't have fresh herbs, again, you can use Italian seasoning or dry herbs, anything you have. Sweet caramelized onion. Of course, there is no certain amounts. As much as you like. And our lovely potatoes. Lastly, finish it up with the cheese. And enjoy this beautiful moment. I mean, even now, wow, right? Smells pleasant. Of course, if you like blue cheese. Now, my friend, the most satisfying part. Time to push the ingredients inside the dough. The fingerprint moment, dimpling time. Should be something like this. Let's say it's slightly overproofed, which is totally fine for focaccia. Don't forget the seasoning and into the preheated oven. Bake at 220 degrees Celsius for something like 20 to 25 minutes. Is it the sound of love? Out of the oven, careful not to burn yourself. Oh my goodness. I'm really excited. It's not going to be bothering to take it out since we use baking paper. That was smart. It has to serve hot like a pizza. But since it's still cooking, let it rest for 30 minutes at least. Did you hear how fluffy and crispy it is? I mean, look at this gorgeous. Here you are, my friends. Beautiful focaccia. This recipe makes a super soft and light focaccia with a bit more compact crumb. Nothing fancy. A little bit of olive oil and balsamic. Oh, salt. Look at that cheese part. Beautiful. God bless Italy. This is amazing. I can admit that was my best focaccia ever. Beautiful. Don't forget to make a simple dip for your focaccia because this is winner, my friend. Make sure to play with the recipe and make your own version. You can add a little bit less or more cheese, crispier potatoes, let it cook more or less. You can even make it sourdough if you like. Whatever suits you. Like always, keep baking and take good care of yourself.